Beautiful. And just a couple of questions about that, Sam. When someone's thinking about whether or not high performance vehicles can get to the site, um, what else do they have to think about? Is this like, the roads right from the highway? Is this like their neighborhood roads? Like, what else should they look out for?
So something to consider, you could have a piece of property that is not directly, off of a freeway, for example. Many areas in rural communities have, plenty of access. Something to look for is do you have approximately 16 feet or more of road width on the path to your property? So off of any main, thoroughfare, the turning radius, the access, we typically are going to need 16 to 18 feet to have a comfortable gap to get to the property. As of course, the modules are very large and they need the room to, make their way to the site as they're being trailered by, a semi truck or a similar vehicle.
Thank you. And then when we think about staging area, what do we have to look for? Because we're talking about bringing in potentially multiple modules and a crane bringing it on site. Like, are these one of these huge cranes that go on like the top of the building? Are these one of these cranes that get driven on like a sort of truck? Like, what can you explain that a bit more to me?
Yeah, so the staging area is typically where we have where the modules are going to live for maybe couple of hours before they're delivered and set. Our cranes that we use typically are on wheels, so they are motor driven. They're like a truck, but they have a big arm. They set up and they need about 35 feet as an entire radius around the actual the crane unit itself, and that includes all the counterweight that they will need to be putting on and the any sort of ballast that the crane needs so it is properly anchored in the ground.
Got it. Thank you. Okay, cool. So let's go to the next slide.